The Ijen volcano is home to the most acidic lake in the world, and here we encountered the hardest workers on Earth.
So we just woke up, it's 12 in the night. We slept around 4 hours.
But we are still really awake and excited because today we're gonna go on an amazing adventure.
We are now in the town of Banyuwangi and we are going to the Ijen. Let's go.
Located in Indonesia on Java, the most densely populated island in the world, the volcano is situated in the eastern part of the island. A 1-hour motorbike ride up into the mountains in freezing temperatures, followed by a demanding 2-hour steep hike to reach the crater's summit, was just the beginning.
And now let's explore this active volcano together. Let's go.
You need to wear the gas mask because the sulfur is quite aggressive and quite strong.
We saw people descending into the crater to witness the unique phenomenon of the blue flames. But we headed to the sunrise viewpoint because access was closed due to volcanic activity.
Wow, the sky looks beautiful, right?
Some people get carried up the mountain in carts, pulled by miners, and we couldn't believe how tough their job must be. Just walking up ourselves was exhausting, but we later learned this was the easiest part of what they do.
Wow, we are at the sunrise viewpoint and the view is just breathtaking.
Since turning my hobby of flying drones into a profession, I've dreamt of flying over an active volcano. This was the perfect moment. Ideal light, stunning surroundings, and a unique perspective. From above, Mount Ijen shows off its dramatic volcanic features. Sharp cliffs, a deep crater, and rugged ridgelines shaped by past eruptions. If you enjoy our content, be sure to subscribe to support our work.
It was quite a struggle coming here. It was difficult.
A lot of people in groups going up there in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Some headlamps all around and yeah, everybody wants to enjoy the sunrise.
It's quite mystical, just walking with a small lamp here and then arriving to a place that you cannot see much, and then when the sun is coming, wow, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's kind of like in a theater when the curtains open.
As you can see, I was also wearing my sunglasses because like literally 1 minute ago the sun was shining and now it's full of clouds. Sometimes when the wind changes, you need to be really careful with the sulfuric gas, because if it comes up here like on this side, the whole cloud of sulfur comes and you need a mask for that.
Once the sun was really high up and everything was really clear, we could start seeing the details. For example, the trees that are burned, all the amazing shapes that are on the mountains, probably from all the eruptions of the volcano.
It really doesn't feel like that this is a part of our planet, right? You cannot compare it with any other form of landscape because it's unique in that way.
Everything is huge. You realize how small you are when you are there standing on top of the volcano and looking at the crater.
As breathtaking as the views were, the most profound part of our visit wasn't the landscape. It was the miners and their incredible stories. To meet them, we had to take a steep and slippery path down into the crater, where the acidic lake releases toxic sulfuric gases, creating a harsh and dangerous environment. The path down was covered in loose rocks and scary drops. Each step had to be carefully placed. As we made our way down, we passed our first miners on their way up. We stepped aside to give them the way, their faces lined with effort, but also with an unexpected kindness. They were carrying baskets filled with sulfur, some weighing more than 70 kilograms.
This is one of the things they are carrying up, and it's full of sulfur. I read it's between 50 to almost 100 kilogram. I probably cannot even lift it up. Let's try.
Just barely, but then up your shoulder.
When we paused to rest, it was very fascinating to see the miners pass by with their heavy loads.
We just met two local people, miners actually, sulfur miners. And they were carrying up 2 baskets, one each. And they said they're gonna do it 3 times a day. And each one of them weighs between 60 and 80 kilograms. No, 80? 60.
60.
60.
Yeah, 60.
Let's see.
I tried to lift it up.
Alex, 60 kilos.
Alex, 60. Ayo.
And I had to go under the bar and kind of like put my shoulder on the middle of the wood bar.
60 kilo.
Ayo, semangat. Semangat. Ayo.
Okay. And I took really all my strength to just lift it up a tiny bit.
Wow.
But walking up and down the mountain,
Ayo, picture.
Good.
Yeah.
Picture. 60 kilos.
Yeah, strong.
but up, wow!
Shortly after, they also had an even bigger challenge prepared for me. 20 kilograms more, so 80 kilograms on my shoulder.
Respect.
Yeah.
The guy was so friendly. He even showed me the skin that was around his shoulder where he lifts up the bar, and it was really already like transforming into a little pillow, kind of like supporting his shoulder, similar to the ones you have at your hand when you do sports.
We cannot believe how friendly they are, even though they are in such a difficult condition working here and with this environment that it's also not safe and taking so much weight on the back. Wow, it's unbelievable. And they were here really friendly, sharing with us. We are having a nice talk. So sweet.
As we reached the crater floor, the landscape felt like another planet. The jagged edges of the crater walls loomed around us, and the air was thick with pungent smell of sulfur. Close to the lake, I climbed onto a small elevated rock to get a better view. From there, I launched a drone, capturing the surreal beauty of the crater hole. The deadly blue of the lake, the swirling smoke, and the miners scattered across the landscape painted an otherworldly scene. I wanted to go deeper to see the source of the sulfur where the miners worked.
So Connie stays here. It's a little tough to get down the last part. I'm gonna give a try where they come from, where they harvest all the sulfur. And the smoke is getting more and more. So let's see how it looks down there. It's gonna be really interesting and really steep here. So I just had to back up. There's a huge sulfur cloud coming now towards me because the wind has changed and I can smell it through the mask. So probably not the healthiest. Gonna turn around before my eyes start burning. I can feel it already.
I had to turn back, but the miners stayed. This brief glimpse into their world was enough to leave a lasting impression. After returning to the town of Banyuwangi, we were unexpectedly invited into the home of a local.
So we just came to the house of our friend. We met him yesterday in the supermarket. We are waiting for a nice coffee he's preparing for us and too excited to have a talk with him.
Hi, my name is Mario Wahyudi Octavian. I'm from Banyuwangi.
So you grew up here in Banyuwangi?
In Banyuwangi. I was born in Denpasar, Bali. And I grew up in Banyuwangi, this house.
This house?
Yeah.
After talking with the miners and the locals, it really stood out that They are real heroes. They work in a job that requires so much of their body and also of their mind, because after walking up once with that heavy load of sulfur on your shoulders, you did it once and you still need to go down to do it 2 or even 3 more times. It requires like a lot of mental strength.
Imagine if they are skinny, but they are the strongest people in the world.
Yeah.
I bet them.
I think so too.
Because they, it's very hard to go there, and then you have to go down. You have to carry something again and again.
It was very impressive to see how much willpower they have. Imagine starting and you did one route and the next day you need to come again, and the next day you need to come again. Doing that 5 times a week, your whole year, your whole life. People working there for over 30 years. Most of them, they don't get older than 50, 55, 60 years because the environment is very dangerous. A lot of them cannot even afford gas masks because they're too expensive for them. So they have respiratory problems with their stomach, one of them told us. And their feet, when they touch the acidic lake, the skin starts to melt away because it's even more acid than our stomach acid.
The first time I saw some miners, they were focused working. I didn't want to distract them. I just observed them from far away. But then it was a really human interaction, even though we couldn't say many words. Like we could say maybe 2 words in Indonesian and they could say 3, 5 words in English. But the interaction we had with them was like realizing, and I guess from both sides, that there's a human just exactly like me on the other side, and a human that has some needs, that wants to interact with others, that wants to connect, to have a pause or to sit down, to have a nice talk, to make some jokes, to smile. Seeing how grateful they are and how positive they are made me think how much I can take those attitudes from them in my daily life. Even though I'm tired, I can bring up a smile and put a better attitude to the situation. Also treat others nicely, even though oneself is tired. They are heroes. For me, they are heroes.
They are heroes for their family.
Yeah.